Hi, it's me, Tanisha. I'm just doing an update. Last time I talked to you guys, I was booked for a level 2 class. Oh, it was like for Let's Talk level 2, and that was a no-show. So a couple days ago, I got booked for another one tomorrow. I have it tomorrow at 7 p.m. It's another Let's Talk level 2 that I did on the major course Jumpstart program. So hopefully that student shows up. Also, something that happened a few days ago. Um, if you don't know my whole story, if this is the first video you watched, I applied for VIP Kid 3 times. Once last year in February, again in July, and again in December, and I finally got it. In between August and December, I applied for 5-1 Talk, um, just to have like two different things going on. But as I was doing the training, because I got hired, they only do one interview, and I got hired, but from November to March, they do a hiring freeze. So they never told me. It took me like a month or so to figure out that there was a hiring freeze, so I didn't get to finish the training, which I'm okay with. Um, so I applied back for 5-1. I'm not 5-1 Talk. VIP Kid, got it. But like I knew, because I'm not shocked by it. I got hired December 23rd, and it's known that it's gonna be slow at the beginning, and then I got hired during the holidays, so I haven't had anyone. I think I'm on day 70 or something, and like I said, I finally got booked for one last week. That was a no-show. I have one tomorrow. I've been researching other companies because a lot of the newer companies they have the 1 to 4 platform, and also they book for you, so you don't have to sell yourself like you do for VIP Kid. So what happened was I had been hearing about Magic Ear since last year, but there wasn't a lot of info on it because it's a brand new company. Like I saw no YouTube videos about it. I went on the webpage, there wasn't much information. I was kind of like, I don't know anything about it. But finally, I've gone on YouTube, and there's been a ton of VIP Kid teachers, either moving on to Magic Ears or just adding that on to their jobs because many of us who are getting hired, we're not getting booked because again, we got hired during the holidays. There's some controversy about, well, this should they have hired anyone in the first place? Like 5-1 Talk did the hiring freeze, but they probably lost a bunch of potential teachers because it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to wait till March. I'm going to go move on someplace else. I mean, VIP Kid do inform me that it will be slow, so it's not the shock of the century. You know it's going to be slow. So what happened was I had been kind of going back and forth about it, and on Saturday I finally applied for Magic Ears. They allowed me to, they accepted my application right away. So what you do is you either do a live interview or you record your interview. I'm going to record my interview tomorrow, and they have the 1 to 4 platform. They have trophies. You can mute the students. You can move the students. It's very interactive. Like VIP Kids trying to be interactive now. They're interactive. So yeah, they're doing that, and the lesson's pretty to the point. It's pretty simple. There isn't really any complicated directions or anything. I know VIP Kids sometimes the directions are like, what? How do I explain this to the kid? Their slides are pretty simple. It's to the point. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna record my interview tomorrow morning, and then like I said, later tomorrow night at 7, I'm gonna have hopefully a student show up. If not, then whatever. I still get paid. So that's the update. I applied for Magic Ears. See what happens with that. There are processes. You do your application. Um, it's optional, but you can send a quick video introducing yourself, talking about your experience or whatever. Because of the Magic Ears, you don't have to have a bachelor's degree. It's recommended, but you don't have to. Because I know that's a big deal with some of the bigger companies like Data ABC, 5-1 Talk, VIP Kid. You have to have a bachelor's. And I know people that would be perfect for this job, but they don't have bachelor's. So I think say ABC and what was it? Oh, the Magic Ears. They don't require a bachelor's degree. I mean, it's recommended, but it's not required. As long as you do well in the interview, that's kind of all that matters. And they're about teacher growth. So, you turn your application. Like I said, I found out immediately, like a minute later. And then, like I said, you have the option of doing the live interview or the recorded interview. And then after that, they have 60 minutes of training. And then you do 2 trial classes. So I'm not sure. I think I heard someone say in one of the videos, if you do really well in the first trial video, you don't have to do the second one. But most people do both trial videos. Trial classes, I should say. They're 25 minutes long, and then you do the paperwork and you're hired. So again, it's a lot shorter process than VIP Kid with the multiple ways to apply, and then you have um, the interview, the mock 2, and then the mock 3, and then the training in between. I mean, it's a lot of steps, but I mean, we're teaching kids another language. It can't be like sugar coated. Like I heard some people say, "Oh, it's VIP Kids too structured." It's like you're teaching kids English. They have to have a specific way of teaching it. They can't be just like, "Oh, just do your own thing." Like I think I heard from like Dada ABC, like they let the teachers just kind of like take over, do their own thing. Like they get the curriculum, but it's like you can just kind of do whatever you want. And it's like no, I need like structure so I know how to teach these kids. I want the directions. I want there to be a thorough way of teaching the kids. I don't want to be like, oh, let me act like I'm an expert because I'm not. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of a busy day tomorrow. Not as nervous. I think I mentioned that already. I'm not as nervous. Last Saturday, my stomach was in knots. It was in knots, but I've gone over this stuff so many times, these slides. But it's like I want to make sure I do well at my job. Because if you've been following me, I currently work for a special ed kindergarten class where we don't really get a lot of training. We're kind of thrown into things, dealing with kids with different issues. And, I want there to be training. I want there to be thorough so I know what I'm doing. So I like that VIP Kid has a lot of directions and um, it's structured because, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. It's not just, okay, good luck, thrown in there. No, you need to know what you're doing. So that's it. I'm kind of rambling on. Um, yeah, I'll let you know. I think it takes a couple days for them to let you know how you do on the interview. It's not as quick as VIP Kid where like you find out a few hours later. They said it might take a couple days. So I'll let you know what happened with that, and I'll let you know what happened with my class if it happens. So that's it. Again, if you have any questions, message me. Follow my social media if you want to apply. I have my referral code, and that's it. Have a good weekend. Bye.